Welcome back!
Today we're going to be discussing the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And the disappearance, because we've still got popcorn and that means movies.
Since we're talking about a TV show and a movie, we figured half full
Popcorn is what I'm
would work
saying.
it. Would suffice.
Yeah.
Because we're very civilized.
Yeah.
Not really.
At all. Haruhi is an interesting series and movie and whatever.
Haruhi is a great show.
Haruhi is a good show.
If it would be better if it wasn't for
I'm going to
the
say
Endless Eight.
Yeah, I'm going to say what I told him. Haruhi is a good show. There's a lot about it that's nice, especially with the characters and the environment, and the world building is pretty decent. But I could never recommend Haruhi to anyone, even on this channel, because of Endless 8. Even if you tell someone to skip the majority of Endless 8, just watch the first 2 episodes and the last one. Just for the fact that it exists in the series, I can't recommend it.
You could skip it like this guy, or you could watch them all like me.
Mm-hmm.
He complains about Endless 8!
And I didn't watch it all. Because it's that bad. Listen.
The animation is awesome. And it's always different.
It's not enough. The story is the same. You're going to be watching the same shit.
Which gave the Endless 8 the nickname of the biggest
waste of
money in anime.
Yeah. And some people will say that, oh, but you're watching this from the perspective of Nagato. And how she had spent so long rewatching these events happen. That's bullshit. That's just straight up bull, okay?
Firstly, we're watching in the perspective of Kia, not Nagato.
Yeah. And
secondly, I don't give a fuck how many times Nagato had to watch it. Yeah, she had to watch it a zillion times. Show me the first one and the last one. I'm happy.
Yeah. You're not a sentient being from a robotic cloud in space, okay? You don't have to rewatch this shit over and over and have to deal with it. A lot of movies deal with repetition and anxiety really well.
Like Groundhog Day?
Like Groundhog Day in 2001 Space Odyssey. But the way they do it is that it's not...
Or even Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah. But the way they do it is that it's not the same exact thing over again. You see how characters progress. They're going anywhere. Kion realizes that he's stuck in the cycle 5 times and nothing changes.
Supposedly it's... how many cycles it was? I bet someone will tell us.
25,000 something, I think.
I think it was 15,000.
Yeah.
Someone will tell us in the comments.
A few dozen thousand.
But every episode starts with, something doesn't feel right. He knows something doesn't feel right, but he only fixes things once. And every time the loop starts, he thinks, this is deja vu. Forget about it.
Yeah. Just for that part and for the very fact that it exists, that someone who made a TV show was responsible for putting anime out there, thought that we're going to spend 8 episodes on the exact same thing, just shows that they were not prepared to make the series terribly well.
I already told you this, but the original plan was to have 3 episodes.
Yeah.
3! And he thought that 3 was going too far. And that's why he left the project.
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons he left the project was that the studio was planning to make it into 8!
Yeah. And they did.
And they did.
They shouldn't. But let's talk about the rest of Haruhi.
Endless 8 has to be seen because you can't see the anime masterpiece that is the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
I disagree with anime masterpiece, I'll be honest with you.
In terms of animation, its music, setting, pacing, it's awesome.
sorry. We're going to have to disagree on this one. It's one we disagree with. The first.
And hopefully the last.
It's not gonna be.
Hopefully the last, because it will probably kill me.
Because we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about Haruhi, the series, before we get into the movie and everything else. Haruhi, if you don't know, is a series all about a young girl in high school.
Named Haruhi!
Who does not? Who is very bored with her average everyday life. And so she enters this this phase that actually has a name in Japan, if you would believe that. The Chunibyo, which is the second year's disease, or the belief that that students in the second year of middle school get, that somehow they live in a magical world.
Even though she's in high school, god damn it.
Yeah. And the explanation for how so many surreal things happen is that, spoiler alert for the second or third episode, I think.
Depends on which order you see
it
the
on,
show.
yeah.
Because yes, there's an order to see the show!
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. The explanation is that somehow she's the god of the universe.
Unless you're like me that thinks the unknowing god of the universe is Kion and he subconsciously created Haruhi.
Who knows?
Who knows? But going back to Shunibyo. Shunibyo, is, according to the Japanese, is a way that some kids get to help them cope with their physical changes while going through puberty.
Yeah. You know, you start to think that you're special and unique in
when
this
you
world.
aren't. Let's be honest,
that
you
somehow
aren't.
The world at large has a bigger facet that other people can't see and that only you and maybe your friends know about.
It doesn't. Sorry to burst your
it has
bubble.
its charms, but the thing is,
And
we disagree a
didn't-
lot on this anime.
And it didn't stop Kyoto Animation, the studio that made the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, not the disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan, and the movie The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya,
Yeah.
that we'll talk about later,
Yeah.
made a show about Shunibyo!
Exactly.
Don't watch it. I don't recommend it.
Okay, let's continue. We disagree a lot on this show, especially on the characters. It's like my favorite character is actually Nagato.
Mine is Kion.
But until the movie, except in the first episode and the movie, I fucking hated Haruhi, like with a passion. I hated her. It's because of the order that I was watching them on, which was the order
Chronological.
Yes, it was a chronological order.
I saw them in the release order, and honestly, I kind of like Haruhi. It might be from the order I watched.
Yeah.
Honestly, I watched in the same order he did when he saw, and I kind of hated Haruhi the way he saw it. But when I first saw it, I actually kind of liked Haruhi.
Yeah. But here, spoilers for the second episode.
Of the order he
Of
said.
the chronological order.
He saw.
Haruhi wants something very bad for her club. And she goes and takes it by force from people who dedicate their free time to that something by threatening to expose them as perverts and rapists. And if you're a guy, you know that's a seriously difficult accusation to beat, especially in the case that she did, where she took incriminating pictures. And just shows that she is a terrible person. She was willing to ruin their life just so she could get her way and get free stuff.
Now, from the way I saw it, that came a lot later on. And by then I already knew the characters. So when I saw Haruhi do that, I was just like, that's Haruhi being Haruhi.
Yeah, but for me, I just saw a terrible human being.
Exactly.
Which is why I was really excited to watch the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, because I was like, yes, she won't be in this one for so long. And that really tells you a lot about the character, that it's the title character, and I don't like her.
It all depends on the order.
Yeah.
I recommend the release order like I watched, because even though I had the DVDs that my friend Renato, he comes again, lent to me, uh, I was watching it on the wiki to see which episodes came out first, and I would watch them in that order. And I personally liked it much better.
Mhm.
But yeah, my favorite character is Keon. Why? Because I'm also a sarcastic bastard. And you know that.
Yeah. The thing I like about Keon is that he's not a self-insert character, as you get in a lot of these shows, where he can be bland and broad enough in his characteristics that anyone could relate to him. But he's also not. He doesn't have such an obstinate personality that you don't like him.
Everyone likes Keon.
Yeah.
He's the voice of reason throughout the whole show. Well, Haruhi wants to steal something. The fuck are you thinking about, bitch?
Yeah. Bitch, the fuck you doing? Ah. Okay.
And he's our narrator. That's why I like the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya so much, because we see Kian evolve in a way we never thought we would see him evolve.
Yeah, and I really like the movie for the way it developed Nagato's character, as it started to show that even someone from a perfect hive mind collective could develop a personality and a personhood.
In the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, Nagato goes from a personality-less character to someone with a personality.
I don't know. I think much like how a lot of jazz songs are about the notes that people don't play, the reason I like Nagato so much is very much so the reactions that she doesn't show. Like how she can be so.
This is Nagato happy.
Mm,
This is Nagato sad. This is Nagato hungry. This is Nagato before she takes a shit.
man, she likes taking shit. She laughs. No, because you have the. If you're familiar with a common Japanese way of doing comedy, which is having the funny, ridiculous character like Haruhi, for example,
Me,
and then having the
straight man.
the straight man, the serious character, the Baki and Tsukomi relationship. I liked her. I like Nagato because she isn't either of them. She's someone. Kind of, in a way. She's someone whom the slapstick can bounce off of and not react in any way.
Keon is the straight man.
Yeah.
Haruhi is.
And it also plays with how I don't like Haruhi, so everyone else gets roped into Haruhi's rhythm and schemes and schemes.
They go along with Haruhi because they don't want the world to end.
Yeah, and Nagato also goes along with her, but it's never because she got caught up in the rhythm or Haruhi's personality just overpowers her. It's just because that's the way she is.
And I know some of you may say, why is he the giant when we look the same height in these videos? But he's actually very, very tall.
Yeah, let me stand up straight in my chair.
You see?
Start seeing some of the difference.
This is me straight and him straight.
Yeah. Anyway. Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Let's talk about it.
Weren't we talking about it?
We were talking about the characters. Now let's talk about the disappearance itself.
This will be a humongous episode.
Mm-hmm.
The disappearance.
I did not think it was a masterpiece of anime. I'll say it right now, because I know that's what he's gonna say.
Me and most YouTubers think it's a great show. Even Giga, who is known for hating Haruhi's stuff, started to say, "God damn it, Kyoto Animation! Why the fuck did you make this movie and made me into one of the things I hate the most that are Haruhi Suzumiya fans?" He was talking about the Haruhi Suzumiya Japanese fans and some fans in America, not
whatever.
not casuals.
Yeah,
Those hardcore.
yeah, there's really hardcore fans that got figurines everywhere and whatnot.
And cosplay as Haruhi and start doing the dance.
Yeah, whatever.
You wouldn't see me doing the dance even if you pay me. You hear that, McDonald's?
Anyway,
Foreshadowing.
The Disappearance was a very good movie.
Mhm.
It was very good. That feeling of getting to know your friends again and finding your way home was really well done. And as I said, developing Nagato's character was something I really liked in it. How little we've seen Haruhi was something I really liked in it.
Showing another side of the characters we thought we knew was awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Mikuru-chan being absolutely terrified of Kion,
Exactly.
for starters.
But maybe because, like we
In
talked,
her defense, he kind of sounded like a pervert.
yeah, out of context, you think he was a total perv. But
If we knew how to edit, well, we do know how to edit these. We're just lazy.
Yeah.
If we weren't lazy, we would show the clip I was talking about.
yeah. Anyway, damn, that's what I was gonna say. Why you do this to me, man?
So you won't beat me up at the end?
You know I always remember that.
You didn't remember that in the first episodes.
Well, that's the gag. Whatever.
I'm the only one eating today.
Yeah. Oh, like we mentioned in Anohana, if you've seen that review, if we posted that one before this one.
We did, you idiot!
I don't like sad porn, and because of that, just because a movie has a kind of sad or bittersweet ending, doesn't mean I'm going to like it more for it, which is why I don't think it is a masterpiece of anime. But it was very well done, I'll give it that.
I like sad endings if they're presented to me in a context that makes sense.
Mhm.
And in this case, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Especially when the twist is revealed. That I was the one that ruined the timeline!
Exactly. Can you
wish.
believe they put us in that movie?
We wish. Yeah.
But yeah,
It has a great payoff. The ending has a great payoff.
yeah, it's true. Just because that's not exactly my thing doesn't mean it isn't. It doesn't do it for a lot of people. It does. It does it for him. It does it for thousands of others. And if you skip Endless 8, and I don't mean just the few episodes, if you entirely skip Endless 8, which is the way I recommend you watch it.
You should just watch the first one and the last one.
Yeah, alright.
It's important for the story,
Yeah,
man.
then I can recommend The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. I can't recommend the series as a whole, but if you already have the foot in the door, then go ahead.
I recommend it in the whole.
Alright.
Why? Because it's a good show.
Yeah, it is a good show. I won't disagree with that.
The opening and ending themes could be better.
Yeah, I haven't skipped opening and ending things in anime a lot because I would just, go to another tab on my PC and do something else. But I do for Haruhi, which speaks a lot about how they're not very good at all.
Since I watched most of the animes I had till this point, from DVDs and Blu-rays and whatever, thanks Renato.
Mm.
Uh,
Sponsor.
he isn't that bastard.
It could be.
I would watch the opening and ending once. If I like it, I'll watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I watch it once and then decide from there.
But sometimes I just want to binge watch them all in one day, and if I see the opening, I won't have the time to watch them all. So I sometimes I like them, but I I just skip.
And they're not very good openings and endings. We haven't talked about openings and endings much before, but
That's
These
because
one-
we usually talk of the soundtrack as a whole,
Yeah,
including
yeah.
the openings and endings.
the soundtrack to Haruhi is good.
The
The
opening
opening
and
and
ending,
ending,
no. We were in sync there.
Yes, we were. And you know what else is going to be in sync?
We aren't over yet.
My fist hungers for blood.
The animation is beautiful, as you would expect from
The animation is nice.
from
I
a
wouldn't call it
Kyo
beautiful.
animation one. You had to see in the context.
But maybe when it came out, it was head and shoulders above everything else. But
The animation in the disappearance is awesome.
the animation in Disappearance is pretty good.
That we can agree on.
Yeah, not as good as UFO Table on a series.
UFO
good.
Table post Karano Kyokai, period.
Yeah,
Because UFO Table pre Karano Kyokai wasn't the UFO Table we know today.
well, anyway, Haruhi.
I think we talked
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, you don't want to end the video, do you?
No.
Oh man, it's going to be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'll take you to the hospital.